never tell people I meet that I'm a psychologist unless they ask me very directly what my title is. I just think there are so many more other interesting things about me than the degree I got or what I do for work. So when people at networking events have follow-up questions about where you work and what do you do, and they want to know about my practice or if I teach at a university or something, I'm like, no. My life has been centered around having as much ease as possible. And when I think about what brings me the most joy, it's things like traveling, like getting more stamps in my passport, being on a mountain somewhere, or being around Caribbean waters, just enjoying nature. I want to spend time with my niece and nephews, in addition to all the time I already spend with my son. I just like being around my family and watching them thrive and be happy. I want to try a new recipe, cook something I haven't cooked before from a different culture, or perfect my focaccia. That's what I feel like I want to spend most of my time doing. So, I wouldn't say I'm not ambitious, because I feel like getting a terminal degree is pretty ambitious. But that Black excellence stuff, not really interested in. I think my ambition at this point is centered around how much joy can I have? How much peace can I embody, right? How can I not let the circumstances of life and then the even wider societal messages and drama and chaos, some of the horrific things that are happening in the world, how can I not let that become my reality or affect me in such a way that I'm preoccupied with what is going on in other people's lives? I can't fix or do anything for them. I think our purpose in life is to be happy, to have fun, to help people, to give back, to be one with nature. So I'm more focused on laughing every day, stimulating my mind. And of course, doing work that I love. And I give so much to my clients. I think I have a level of expertise that I'm extremely proud of. And it does take energy and effort and research, but I know what balance looks like. And balance is not 40 hours a week for me in the life that I want to live. I do not see myself working 40 hours a week to enjoy the rest of my life outside of that. It has to fit. And so for me, working like, quote unquote, part-time hours is what fits for my life. So I feel like I have enough rest. I'd like to visit my island of St. Croix, smell the salt air, be around my family, listen to people who talk like me, right? What's familiar to me, look at people who share a similar face as me, listen to the music. There's an energy of being on an island. Sort of like there's an energy in being in the States. There's a lot of pain and trauma here. And not that there's not pain and trauma in the islands. There definitely colonialism hit everywhere, but the sort of rebellious Caribbean spirits that transformed into we can move slow. And we don't have to force anything. We can relax. We can be in community. Like we can actually love each other in the action sense of the word. But one of the big messages for people in America, I think Black women especially, is this level of nothing is ever enough. You have to keep striving. There's a very particular box of what success looks like. And I'm grateful that I didn't get that messaging when I was growing up, partly because I was in the islands, but a big part being that my mother, even though she really wanted us to pursue education, didn't let that become our identity. right? It's not my identity. I don't have a desire to be constantly striving or pushing or breaking down every single door or aiming for the very, very top of whatever ladder they have out there. I admire people that do that. I really do. But like the pinnacle, the top of what my life looks like is a lot different, right? One of my goals, one of the reasons why I love watching Stephanie Perry, who I recommend for every Black woman, even if you don't want to live outside of the US, is because you're challenged to think outside of the box of what your life can look like, of what success and happiness can look like. Not chasing, maybe more resting, more balance, more fun. I don't want to stay in the United States for the rest of my life. No, I want a slow life. I want to enjoy my chai for an hour, right? I want to go back for seconds. I want to peruse my plants and just look at a new leaf growing and not feel the pressure of a deadline looming or constantly having to respond to emails, right? I don't want my life to be centered around work and to-do lists. My goal is to be present, like fully present, for the quiet moments, for the loud, joyful moments. Like my son is graduating. That's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a big deal, and I'm going to be there present for it. And one of the things I'm most grateful for about wanting motherhood and then getting to become a mother has been my awareness and being present throughout the entirety of it. There are so many memories I have, and I was evolving and growing at the same time that my son was growing, right? Learning and, taking in the world, that I have so many markers for his experience, his soul evolving. And I feel extremely grateful to have been given the opportunity to be his mother, right? That's one of the biggest things about my life. So I'm really, really okay with doing life on my own terms. I love the people that are a part of my life. I'm open to joyful people who are thriving in their lives. And I just wish this level of peace for everyone, because life is but a dream and you really can create the life of your dreams if you do things in a particular way. And I hope you feel inspired to do so.